Good evening, everybody. This is a market recap for Friday, February 21st, and a look ahead to the week to come on Monday, February 24th. So, obviously, we had a terrible end to the Friday and the week. We didn't actually break through yet, the previous week's weekly support, so we haven't confirmed weekly consolidation yet. We do have the 50 moving average right here, and so we have to also confirm a daily downtrend from here. This is coming straight from an all-time high. And my trading, I like playing hourly or 4-hour oversold bounces for straight from all-time highs, which we did make it here. So we're not screwed yet. We're not. This was just a red flag, definitely a red flag. We might just bounce here and go straight up. We will have to see how the consolidation looks. First off, we are officially bouncing on the 4-hour, so we need to get above the 0.382 if we're going to increase our likelihood of seeing a higher low on the way back down. If we just hit there and head back down, we're likely going to get more follow through on the way back, or we're likely going to see more follow through is the highest probability scenario. But if we can get up to the 0.5, we will definitely increase, and the golden pocket even better. Obviously, this upper trend line is very significant resistance, so that will be important possibly in the future. We will watch that, and then I'm currently watching to see if this backtests this uptrend support line. We only got 2 touches on it on the way up, so we'll see how it reacts there. It could go in line with the 0.382 as well. The Nasdaq broke through this downtrending line here, and we're now in a 4-hour bounce as well. It's not the same setup that it didn't come from the all-time high, where we did hit 4-hour oversold though, and we are bouncing on it. So we'll see how that shapes up, and the better the bounce, the more the likelihood that could have set a bottom. And that is a possibility. It is a bottom. It's just when you see this type of volume, it pretty much just it tells you to look further down. So we are just in a bounce phase right now, and that's all we should be viewing it as. We'll see if the bears jump on 15-minute overbought or 1-hour overbought to try and set the daily lower high. Those will be important levels to see what happens there. Because as a bull, that's what I look at in reverse. Does the 1-hour set the daily higher low? Does the 4-hour set the weekly higher low? All right, so the Russell, obviously weaker. A little bit stronger of a bounce, but yeah, we have way further to go. So the Russell is much worse positioned for more downside. It's already in weekly consolidation. So that's, we are actually, we're already in monthly consolidation. So yeah, the Russell's just much weaker. If you're shorting, the Russell's just the better option. And the Russell names. The Dow, we fell out of this weekly cup in hand. I gotta see where we made it to. So we lost the 0.5. We lost the 0.5 for this cup and handle. We broke out of this equilibrium bearish, obviously. Lost the 50, so we'll have to see where the daily bounce comes from. It hasn't. We'll have to see how, I guess the next few days play out, where that bounce comes from. But it's not ideal losing the 0.5. It makes this pattern less powerful. SMH. We didn't quite get our gap fill. We have some big earnings next week. Nvda will obviously be a big impact on that. So That's what we have to look at, but we have a lot of room. Oh wait, no, sorry. This is our daily higher low. We have a lot of room for a weekly higher low. So we can chop around here for quite a while, as it has been doing anyways. But now we've just got a bigger range. So SMH looking for a higher low. We got support currently at the 50 moving average. But yeah, we have rising volume and we could be looking further down. JCI, I did take a trade off the 12 moving average, but I ended up cutting that when we got further consolidation here. Yeah, I cut all my positions because I just wanted to. I missed a bit of the downside anyways, but I wanted to go into the weekend with a fresh start and see how this was playing out, because it was the increasing volume. I didn't see what was going on, why this was. It could just be for technical purposes only, and so yeah, I cut all my profit positions, and so I'm happy I did. But yeah, we'll see how we have to see how tomorrow goes. Just that type of volume, it had me on edge for going into the weekend. So Amazon, this was a trade I'm looking at. We've got daily oversold coming up. We're coming straight from an all-time high. I was thinking if that lines up with either this previous, if we hit daily oversold and we come to this previous resistance and see if it acts as a support, and we've got the 200 moving average here, I would be very interested in a buy there for daily oversold. We are also at 4-hour oversold, which is the first one since all-time highs. I just didn't want to buy it with the way things were heading into the weekend. We did break the support with no follow through, which is a good sign. And maybe if we start bouncing on the 4-hour to start the day on Monday, tomorrow, I might be interested in playing that bounce and try and get risk free as quick as possible. Obviously, we broke weekly support. Did we break monthly support? I think we broke monthly. Yeah, we just broke monthly support with zero follow through as of right now. If we can keep it that way, Amazon could look good for a bounce play, just to see if that sets the bottom. Nothing guarantees it's the bottom, but that's why you like to get in these free positions and let it play out. Meta is currently at the 50 moving average. Hit 4-hour oversold straight off an all-time high. So a lot of these names are going to be the same. A lot of them are hitting 4-hour oversold and coming straight off all-time highs, which generally has been good buys. They have been good buying opportunities. It's always been good for a long time for Meta. But yeah, so we'll see if this does mark a bottom, and I'm interested in Meta for a bounce play on the 4-hour as well. There's also has a support coming up here. I'd play off 675 if it flushed down a little bit further and either just broke that support or holds that support and I see a 5-minute pivot. I would be interested in that as well. JP Morgan, banks are yeah. So we got a 52.26. Oh, we missed the all-time high by 1 penny, so the bears defended and then straight into a break of support. So that's not ideal what you want to see. Basically, it's a double top, and we have weekly support coming right up right now, and we are currently just approaching 4-hour oversold at this 50.41 mark. So we'll have to see where if this bounces here, or if we see a bit more downside. Banks were bad on Thursday and Friday with increasing volume. So it's a bit of a red flag here, and wait and hold to see how they do. IBM, bull break with no real follow through. We're in daily consolidation now. I'd be interested in 1 hour oversold, which we're almost approaching. 1 hour or 4 hour oversold. I would be interested in those two scenarios. Obviously, 1 hour is approaching soon, and that would coincide with the daily 12 moving average as well, which I like. I like being a buyer there. Pltr, obviously having a bit of issues here. We actually did bounce on the day with no follow through, and then closed lower. So we kind of back tested we closed our gap, and now into further consolidation. So we're looking down on Pltr, and I mean, like, personal opinion, we're in this gap fill territory. Personal opinion is Pltr is way overvalued for its earnings. It's gone up 2,000% in, let's see, 2,000% in 9 bars, which is a bit over 2 years. 2,000% in 2 years. That was my target, was 125, 2,000%. And so I'm kind of cautious now on Pltr. I would play bounces, but I just feel like this has potential to see more downside for sure, easily. And it doesn't have my interest at this time. I might play a 4 hour. I might play off the previous resistance, like gap fill territory. There's obviously a lot of shares traded here in the mid to low 80s. But I'm going to take a hold on Pltr unless we decide to make new all-time highs. Then it'd be back on my list. But just with how extended everything is, the 3 month, like, every time frame is so overbought, it's crazy. A day is coming. Like, this is going to lose probably 50% very fast, or I would say 50% easily. This could lose on its pullback. Tesla. So we just had a daily bear flag, essentially. We just got a little bit past the 0.382, and this 12 moving average is definitely guiding us down. So that's caution on that we may very easily see lower lows on Tesla. I'd be interested back here. Definitely a lot of trading there. So then we had this 299, between 299 and 271. We've also got the 200 moving average below us. But yeah, Tesla doesn't look like it's done its selling yet. So caution on that. We do have daily oversold. Actually, I did buy this first daily oversold. I might buy off the 200. I'll see how that goes. If everything's oversold at that point, yeah, I might grab that. RGTI, bit of a fake out. We now have this inverse potential. We still have it, inverse head and shoulders potential, but we could very easily lose that now with the daily. Did this actually break it? 1225. Oh, we actually did. It was a inverse head and shoulders fake out. So that's very, very bad luck, especially if we lose the low here. We may end up wanting to close this gap to the downside, which wouldn't be ideal. That's 895 would be the gap fill target. We want to hold that 977 and just not even fill the gap. But we're at the 50 moving average right now, so RGTI doesn't look the best. We were hoping the 4-hour oversold marked the weekly higher low, which it still is possible, but we are definitely at risk. Very much at risk. We need to start changing trends, change the hourly trend, change something. Baba still had a good day. Actually, Chinese futures are open. We saw a little bit more follow through. We're seeing more follow through on Chinese futures right now. And yeah, we didn't get follow through on this candle so far on this break. I was also going to sell more in the 150s anyways, or mid to, that's why I had these alerts set. I was going to sell more of my position. I ended up selling it anyways. But yeah, I was going to sell it in the mid to high 140s because of this bear flag that we're still looking at. 6-month bear flag. We're coming up to it fast, so I mean it's a good chance we'll still break out of it. But there's definitely going to be bears on this. We're daily overbought, weekly overbought, monthly's even approaching it. This is a big candle very fast. I would expect consolidation, and what we want to see is sideways consolidation when the monthly consolidation happens. There's no sign of that yet, but yeah, we're getting extended, so I would expect daily consolidation. I'd be actually interested in a pullback, maybe off the 12 moving average or something of that sort. Nvda, we have earnings Wednesday after hours. We actually did close the gap on Nvda, and we're just looking for a daily higher low than 129.08. We have lots more room. Unfortunately, we did change the daily trend bearish. I would call that a bearish daily trend change. And yeah, we need to find, otherwise we're heading into weekly consolidation. Well, if we break the low of this week, we would be in it. I would be breaking 2 candles though. We're looking for a daily higher low still. And we're at the 50 and 12 moving average right now, so hopefully this holds. But yeah, earnings will definitely dictate if we're primed and ready for new all-time highs. See the last earnings, we haven't really moved much since. Yeah, we haven't really seen much progression since previous earnings. This was the last one where we saw a significant move from, which was May of 2024. That was our last big earnings push, and the last one we really saw anything happen. We've been pretty sideways since. Microsoft, looking for a daily higher low. We did make enough room and we broke this previous high, so we are looking for a daily higher low than 403.56. This candle is obviously not that nice to see. That is quite a bearish candle. Down 1.9%. Yeah, so most likely scenario is we do see a higher low, but we've retraced a lot that we would now be expecting a lower high than 419.31 on the way back up. Apple, we broke out of this big equilibrium and with a big upper wick and then profit taking, so this could have been a fake out, and we'll see if we get more daily consolidation here, and if 1 hour oversold marks a daily higher low, that would be a good sign. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We need to see where this actually tops out if we do break down tomorrow, and see how the consolidation looks. Overall, not a bad day for Apple considering how much everything was down. It seems like money is going into Apple more than it's coming out of the other names, so maybe that's people trying to de-risk a bit and go into the safer havens. Reddit, just a absolute free fall right now. We're just looking for a weekly. We're looking for a weekly higher low than 157.22, which we are coming up to pretty quick. Actually, there's a few levels here. 156.04 is the final level, but we are coming up to that very quickly. Pretty steady volume too. Lost the 50, and if we do I would be interested here for a bounce play if we can hold that level, and we would only be looking for a right shoulder essentially. We're looking for a weekly head and shoulders at this point, because we have retraced quite a bit and gave back all of this. So AVGO consolidating a bit more than Nvda. It was one of the stronger names, looking a bit more weak now. A little bit weaker. But yeah, just looking for TSN, no. AVGO. Yeah, it's still looking for a daily higher low than 213.51 right here. There was a little bit of a gap there too, so it's possible we might want to fill that. Or sorry, I guess this is a weekly higher low at this point. We are in weekly consolidation, and we're in an equilibrium until something happens. Weekly equilibrium. Nflx, seeing more consolidation coming right off the all-time high, approaching 4 hour oversold. Must be in 1 hour oversold, yeah. And looks like we're basically double bottom, 998.35, 999.39. Close to a double bottom here, but now we have this head and shoulder. If we do bounce here, we would just be looking at a right shoulder. But we have to see an hourly trend change or something happen before we're confident of that. Even we might just break down. We have increasing volume too, so watching that on Netflix. Google, yeah, we're maintaining this gap down, seeing further consolidation. Google doesn't look good. A lot of the tech does not look that good. It wouldn't surprise me to see a bunch more downside at this point for a lot of names. And so yeah, Google just looking for a monthly higher low now at this point. Generally, this has been holding the monthly 12 moving average. We're going to be approaching that. Oh, I've only got 4 days left in the... Yeah, we're... so anyways, yeah, the 12 moving average for the monthlies coming up here. That could be a bounce play. Hopefully we don't come all the way back into this previous top. But yeah, that was a bit of a fake out, upper wick, and then shoots down and broke the low of that month. We are definitely at risk of Google for rolling over more significantly. That's it, I guess, for right now. I'll do a morning pre-market to see where... I might do a live too. I'll do a morning video to see where we're at, and I'll go from there, essentially. See what we're looking like then, because maybe we might be breaking down further. Maybe we're bouncing good. So a lot will change in that amount of time. All right, take care. See you tomorrow.